Hi, Blake from football.co.uk, and today we're doing a cleaning video on the Ace 15.1 by Adidas football. So this is the pair which we have used for testing, and for the cleaning process to work properly you will need to remove the laces. I've already done that. So all you need for this cleaning process is a standard cloth, boot bro or a toothbrush, a bowl of warm water which you've already got, and a standard hand towel. So first things first, I'll go outside and knock off any excess mud which is on the sole. So like most synthetic boots, this boot should be relatively easy to clean. The same cleaning process will actually work with the new Ace 15 Plus Primeknit. So before you start the cleaning process, you can put a cloth or newspaper inside the boots to catch any excess water that gets inside the boot while you're cleaning them. So I'll just chuck in a bit of newspaper, just like that. So the Ace 15.1 boasts a mesh-based synthetic upper dubbed Total Skin, which features a control web pattern. So on top of the upper is a super thin vacuum skin to waterproof these boots. So I'll just go straight ahead and get a cloth and clean the upper. So like most synthetic boots, this should be relatively easy to clean. With the new control web design, you've also got these little triangular and conical inversions. But with a standard cloth, you should be able to get all the mud off the top. As you can see, it's working pretty good. So there you have it. I've just used a cloth for about 15 seconds and pretty much cleaned the entire control web on the Ace. Pretty good with the standard cloth. The tongue has also got a control web pattern. Just wipe it clean like that. Make sure you're getting in between and under the tongue there. So essentially when you clean the upper, always clean it with a cloth. Do not attack the upper with a boot bro, because you can actually damage the technologies on the upper. In this case we've got NSG. If there are places where you've got mud, which is kind of hard to get, I don't know if you can see that, but there is mud in that little region there, get a toothbrush and just lightly clean the area. Be very gentle with it, just to get that mud out of that region. Be very gentle with it, and that should do the job just for those fine details. So I'll just speed this video up and just show you how quickly you can clean the Ace, which is with a standard cloth. So I'll go ahead and clean the back portion of the upper. So there you have it. I've pretty much cleaned the entire upper and back portion of the Ace. I'll just get a standard hand towel and just dry it off really quickly. So after each step you just get a hand towel and just dry it off so it's dry straight after cleaning it. And I just cleaned the back portion of this boot. And as you can see, it's super smooth. You've got this really robust external heel counter which is super easy to clean, and there's a little gap where the counter meets the synthetic part of the back of the boot, which is, you can actually get mud in there, but just get a little toothbrush and very lightly get the mud out of that region. It does the job, but it's a really smooth synthetic on the back portion of the Ace. Very easy to clean. So that is it essentially in terms of drying and cleaning the upper of the standard synthetic Ace. Same deal with the Ace Primeknit. Very smooth synthetic on the back, Primeknit upper. The one thing you have to note with the Ace Primeknit is that it has a fabricated tongue, which may take some time to actually really clean out the mud in that region, but very easy to clean as well. Same with the standard Ace. So to clean the sole, all you need is the boot bro. The boot bro is great for general boot cleaning and works especially well between the studs. If you have a part of the boot where there is mud where the sole meets the upper, it's important you don't clean too roughly in that region, as you can open up the space and make the gap even larger. So just wet the boot bro and just attack this sole with the boot bro, It is the total control stud configuration. It has about 44 studs and grooves on this boot, so it's a really aggressive sort of sole plate on the standard Ace. But as you can see, the Boot Bro does an amazing job to get all of that mud out in that region. It's really sort of tough bristles, and it's got that sort of inversion in the top there, so you can get in between the studs like that. Does really good job. Down to the 3 stripes. So when cleaning boots, always try and use warm water. Don't use cold water. Warm water is the best for this, as you can just really get the mud out easily. Don't use boiling water, as you can actually damage the synthetics and the leathers when you're cleaning the boots. Always use warm water or even cold water, but warm water surely does the job. But as you can see, the Boot Bro, it's a bit messy, but the Boot Bro does a really good job of cleaning all of that mud off the sole. So one thing to note when you're cleaning where the upper meets the sole, this region of the boot and onto the other side, so that mud can actually get in between where the upper meets the sole. It can actually open up and make it worse in the cleaning process. So get a cloth and just wipe it very gently in between that region. Get all of that mud that actually gets in there. Don't attack it with a toothbrush or a Boot Bro. Just get the cloth and just wipe between that region. And that's probably the number one thing to note when you're actually cleaning synthetic boots, leather boots as well, just to watch out where the upper meets the sole. So I'll just get the hand towel and just wipe down quickly. So right before I started cleaning the boot, I actually removed the laces, and now I'm just going to clean these laces with a shallow pool of water. And all you need is a toothbrush or the Boot Bro. So just dip them in the water like this and just wipe it clean. I know these are black laces, you can't really see where the mud is, but that's how you clean the laces. Another way to clean the laces is cleaning them in the washing machine with your standard wash. But this is how you clean the laces. I always like to do it this way, just to get the mud out of the laces. Toothbrush is quite good for this. It's slightly better than the Boot Bro because it's slightly more intricate and get in between those nooks and crannies a lot easier. But the Boot Bro does work for this as well. It's just slightly bigger. So yeah, just get all the water out of that and pretty much dry them where you dry your boot after you clean them. Just dry them in a dry area, and they should be dry within a day at least. So you see me clean the right boot. I'm going to get the left boot and clean that as quick as possible, just to show you how easy it is to clean the Ace. So we'll start off with the laces, get the toothbrush and just clean it like that. So there we have it. I just cleaned the upper with a cloth, the sole plate with a Boot Bro, where the upper meets the sole with a cloth, and where the heel counter meets the upper just with a toothbrush, just to get that excess mud out of that. And that's it essentially. I'm going to put these two boots in a dry place just to dry them out completely along with the laces. So that's it, pretty much a very easy step. So the upper with a cloth, the sole plate with a Boot Bro or toothbrush, and where the upper meets the sole, the cloth, and that's it. Really easy process with the Ace 15.1 by Adidas Football. So in terms of drying, as I mentioned earlier, to dry the boots initially all you need is a hand towel, while to dry them completely you just place them in a dry area out of direct sunlight and not in front of a radiator or heater. So we recently cleaned the X by Adidas Football, so please check that video out if you've not done so already. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.